Hey, what's up, what's up? It's your boy, I'm back again. Playing here at House of Kings today, here in El Paso, Texas. Probably one of the best poker clubs we got here. Definitely my favorite. I guess you could say it's like my home base. But yeah, I mean, just hopped in a cash game real quick. Made a little bit of killing, so I posted like right here. Bought it for 100, cashed out about 600, and now it's like 30 minutes until the tournament starts. It's a $250 buy-in freeze out, so thought I'd try my hand at that. And yeah, I mean, let's see how it goes today. I mean, I definitely want to, do something a little bit different, and hopefully I go the distance. I mean, tournaments, it's always long. It's a grind. It's definitely gruesome. But yeah, let's get it, baby. Let's do it. But before that, I wanted to take a small break, so that's why I hopped out, and I'm gonna walk over here to Walmart, try to get some nutrients in my belly real quick, maybe a small salad, and then yeah, I mean, I need an energy drink. It's definitely gonna be a hustle. So on the way.
So to start off, blinds are 100, 200, and the one and only hand I play, which is the Ace of Clubs, 10 of Hearts, I open to 5 and then immediately get 3 betted. So not off to a good start. I go and fold, and that's that for that. So we're at level 2 right now. Blinds are 200, 400. I decide to open up the King of Clubs, 10 of Spades to 800, so I just min-raise it. I'm currently like in the hijack. The button calls and only the big blind calls. So we go to a flop, which is ace, 9, deuce, rainbow. The ace definitely hits my range. Super dry board. So in hopes to try to take it down right here, I just go out and bet 1600 half pot, and the button folds, but the big blind thinks for a little bit. He calls. So I'm a little bit worried at this point, but in my head I'm thinking he has a 9, and if the river or the turn doesn't improve him, he should be folding on the turn. So with that being said, on the turn I go ahead and decide to bet half pot again. He tanks for a while, then he calls. The turn is the 8 of diamonds. So a little bit worrisome, because if there is a 9 calling pre-flop, I'm assuming that it's a 9-10 or an 8-9, so he might improve the 2 pair. The river comes the king. He checks. Seeing as I have showdown value here, and if he doesn't have an ace, he's never folding, I decide to check, and he just tells me I'm good. He does show a 9, and I mean, so finally we look at some good stuff here. I'm in the big blind with pocket jacks. It folds to a middle position player who decides to open for 2,000. Folds all the way back around to me. I decide to go and put in a 3-bet, and I make it 6,000. So with me and this player, we have a little bit of history, mostly in just cash games. But he's thinking for a little bit, and then he decides to eventually call. So put him on a fairly strong hand. Mostly consisting of pocket pairs at this point. I just feel like if he did have ace king or a top 3 type of hand, he would have put in the 5-bet. But because he just flattened, cold call flattened, I figured he's pretty strong, but he's not as strong as my pocket jacks. Anyways, we go to a flop, which is ace 7-4. I check as I'm out of position, and he checks behind. Turn card comes another 4. I check again. This time he leads out for 1/3 pot of about 4,000, I believe. I decide to go and call, and the river card comes another 7. I check again, and he puts out his bet for like 17K 700. like, whoa, this is definitely a massive bet, especially this early in the tournament. It feels so weird to me. In my head, I'm thinking of possible hands, and from my point of view, I'm thinking like, if he does have an ace, he's trying to extract value from me. If I have a worse hand, but by him over betting, I just couldn't really make it out what that meant. So I carve out some chips and thinking about it, and I'm looking down, and if I make this call, it's definitely putting a huge dent into my stack. But also at the same time too, if my call is correct, I'm kind of cruising for a while. I'll be cruising for the next 2-3 levels or so. I'm also thinking like, man, maybe does he have pocket 8s, 9s, 10s, and he's trying to turn it into a bluff here. With all that being said, I eventually make the call, and he turns over ace king. Wow, well played, man. Definitely got me to call there with the pocket jacks. I mean, I guess my analysis was wrong. So this next hand, we look down at the ace of diamonds, queen of clubs. This is literally the very next hand after the pocket jacks, so probably wasn't in the right mindset. I would have rather been dealt some garbage here, but I start off the hand with about 29k. The hijack opens a min raise to about 16k. The blinds are still 400, 800. The button tanks for a little bit more of a tighter player, so I really wasn't sure what to do at this point. But he starts carving out some chips, and he carves out 5.1k. So I'm sitting there thinking, I'm not really sure what the correct move is here. I mean, I could consider going all in, going for a flip, folding. I think folding is an option too, and I don't know, for some reason I just feel like I chose the worst of the options at the time. I decided to just flat. So that's eventually what I end up doing. I just flat the 5.2. And interesting enough, the big blind comes along as well. The original raiser folds, so we're 3-way to a pot. And the flop comes ace deuce 4. I decide to go and check my top pair here. I'm just really not sure where I'm at, and like I said, I feel like I just played this hand pretty bad. Big blind checks as well, and the original 3-better, he tanks for a while. I mean, he's thinking. At this point, I'm not really sure what he has, but I kind of feel like he doesn't have an ace at this point. He's probably got a big pocket pair of some sort. But eventually he carves out 6,500. So seeing I got top pair, like pretty good kicker here, I go and make the call pretty quickly. And the big blind makes a call too. So now I'm really not sure where I'm at. I'm actually in utter awe at this point. The turn card comes a brick, complete brick. It's like the 9 of spades or 9 of clubs. I decided to go and check to exercise pot control again. Big blind checks. The original 3-better. He looks over at my stack. He's counting my chips. He asks for a chip count. I show him. I probably have roughly about 18k, 17k left. He tanks. Eventually he checks as well too, so that's a good sign. The river comes a 5, another brick to me. I check. The under the gun player now leads for 15k, and I look down. I got about 17. I'm just like, I'm not really sure what's going on here. The original 3-better, he ends up mucking his hand, and I toss in the call. And he flips over ace 5 to river the 5.
Well, just getting home. It's not the result that I wanted in the tournament. I'm pretty sure I played pretty poorly. There's definitely a lot of questionable calls. But, I mean, that's how you light $300 on fire. It evaporated in a matter of seconds. On a more positive note, I made a little bit more on cash back, and that was a session right here. But yeah, I mean, until next time, guys. If you definitely got some hints and tips for me, or even some constructive criticism with some of those plays in the tournament, I'd definitely like to hear it in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It'd be much appreciated. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.